Do you wish to invest in real estate but feel entrapped by the fact that you're currently renting a place to live? No worries, that was my situation too. I was a tenant for 14 solid years before I purchased my first investment property, which was a multifamily building, a fourplex, back in 2014. Practicality makes all the difference. Don't let the fact that you haven't yet purchased your own home stop you from investing in real estate. You don't need to save a whopping 20% of a property's price so you can qualify for an investment type of loan. As a first-time home buyer, you may qualify for an FHA loan and pay 3.5 to 5% down payment instead of 20%. Loans allowing for smaller down payments may have certain initial occupancy conditions. When I was looking into buying a house as my first investment property with an FHA loan, I was told I had to live on the property for at least 6 months before renting it. That meant I'd be paying mortgage and utilities for 6 months before I could see any cash flow from my investment. Moving out of the rental to pay mortgage on a home for 6 months and then move again wasn't the most appealing option either. Is it possible to get an FHA loan, stay on the property, and have tenants all at the same time, you might ask? Who says you must buy a single family home? What about a duplex, triplex, or fourplex? You can occupy one of the units and rent the rest. Oh, I can't possibly live where my tenants are. I've heard this objection a lot, but it all depends on how soon you want to become an investor. Look, your residents are people just like you and me. Knowing that you'll be next door will prevent you from rushing through the application approval process. You'll choose your tenants more wisely, and they will be mindful of your presence. How determined are you to realize positive cash flow right from the get-go? You see, negative cash flow was never an option for me. If you structure your deal well during the property acquisition process, there is a good chance you'll be living in that one apartment for free because the rent from the other units should take care of your monthly mortgage obligation along with some utility bills if those happen to be the landlord's responsibility. Now, if you're really diligent with your market research, good at understanding pricing cycles, locations, and rental trends, smart with your deal negotiations, expense planning, and ongoing financial discipline, you may actually be able to enjoy some cash flow at the end of each month, small as it might be, while you're occupying one of the units. In other words, not only are you living in an apartment practically for free, but you're also ending up with cash in your bank account after covering all monthly expenses on the property. Say you truly dream of eventually having your own single-family house and are understandably tired of moving around. You could plan on purchasing that dream home after you have 1 or 2 good investment properties in your portfolio. The cash flow from these, or even just the fact that you're no longer paying rent, will help you save faster for a down payment on a single-family home. There are obligations with repairs or renovations, plus you should always keep in mind the real estate pricing cycles known as bubbles. To be able to purchase near the bottom of a price wave, you must stay financially vigilant and do your best to save for all these down payments as quickly as possible so you can purchase properties while prices are relatively low. Therefore, you should refrain from spending your hard-earned cash on items that don't grow in value over time and are basically a waste of money. Consistency is key when you're a beginner investor, I'd say for the first 5 years at least. After being in this business for 10 years myself, I can assure you that the so-called sacrifice is very well worth it.